questions. So let's see. Let me scroll up. User 599, 43.6 out the door for Tacoma off-road. I would have to see the full breakdown. It's not just the out the door. It's really the discount you're getting, no dealer add-ons, plus rebates you may qualify for. I would have to see like the full breakdown. If you have a full breakdown, go to that yellow arrow on the bottom left of the screen, send it to me right now. I'll look at it. Candy, happy National Mutt Day, Raspberry Cake Day, and Avocado Day. Let's go. I'm pinning it. By the way, Miss Candy, I put the microphone up here. How does it sound? Everything sound good? The microphone up here. How does it sound? Everything sound good? I'm listening to myself. Sounds good on my end. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I'm going to test drive 4Runner today, see how much trouble they give me when I won't talk to Eric, they're definitely going to not let you leave. I guarantee you'll talk to one salesperson, 3 managers. I'm putting a bet on it. Candyland, thank you for saying it. Sounds good. Let me text this dealer back real quick. Boom, boom, boom. I understand, but usually we get a worksheet that shows all the accurate fees. Good morning. They said that it is not a smoker vehicle. No bad smells, question or comma. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Let me text this real quick. And we're going to dive into the topic of the day. And the buyer's order shows all of the DMV and taxes. So the buyer's order is correct, period. They couldn't calculate it accurately without having our exact address from the first worksheet, which is normal. Based upon the engine videos, they will not put it on a lift to take videos, but everything looks good. And the reconditioning that they did to the vehicle also looks good. All right, guys. So welcome. We are loaded up now between. Let's see if everything's loaded up. We are live on TikTok. We are live on YouTube and Twitch. As of about 3 seconds ago. So TGIF, that is correct. Happy Friday to everybody. Just sent it. Let me check the worksheet. Let's see. Hold, please. Guys, let me look at this worksheet first, and then I'll tell you guys what we're doing today. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there it is. All right, perfect. All right, so user 599, let's see. All right, so Toyota Tacomas, guys, we look for discount around, actually, that's a real good deal. Let's see. MSRP 49,000, you're getting an $8,789 discount, which is good. There's window tint for $499. That's a dealer add-on. I would never pay that. Oh, your trade. What trade is it? 21 Camry. 98,000 miles. So Toyota Tacomas, I'm not gonna lie, $8,700 off MSRP. That is a very, very good discount. However, I feel like they're only showing you that big of a discount because they're making money on your trade. I feel like they're under allowing. Well, I feel like your trade's probably really worth a couple grand more, and they're showing you less because they're holding on it. Holding on a trade just means that they're showing you less money. Um, but the window tint for $500, you should definitely get that off. And I would double check your trade. The way you can double check your trade, I would actually take your trade in, the VIN miles, everything. Go to CarMax right now, like not the, don't actually drive there. Go to CarMax.com at the top, sell my vehicle, click that, and then put in your VIN miles, and it'll tell you exactly what your car's worth. If they tell you 16 grand, for an example, just tell the dealership, listen, hey, I'm going to go, either you can give me 16 here, or I'm going to trade, or I'm going to go sell it for 16, and then I'll just take the trade out. I guarantee they probably won't honor that discount if you try to take a trade out, though. CarMax says 13.6. Oh, well, use that against the dealer. Say, hey, dealership, I'm actually just going to do 13.6. So get an extra $600. But with the discount like that, that's a good deal on the truck, 100%. Sorry, I missed a couple questions, so we're going to scroll up just a little bit. Do you think new cars are better than used in the market? I think right now, but it also depends upon what car you're trying to buy. I think right now a new car would probably be best. But I mean, keep in mind, everything's expensive right now. So like if you're looking for like a $10,000 car, obviously a new car would be better than a $10,000 car, but just depends. Good price for a 2026 Mercedes Class C. Not sure what's a good deal. Good price. I just think anything Mercedes, BMW, specifically those two, you can get really, really good deals on basically any model right now. I mean, if you guys witnessed our live on, what's today, Friday? On Wednesday, we did a BMW. We got 12% off MSRP. The other day on an M car, which is the special performance cars for BMW, it wasn't like an M3, but it was an M340, still basically with the M Sport package. And we still got 55, $6 grand off MSRP, which is still a phenomenal deal. So percentage off Jeep Grand Cherokees. Chrissy G, I haven't negotiated Jeep Grand Cherokee in the past couple of weeks, but my counterpart has. If you want to send me a message, that yellow arrow in the bottom left of the screen, I can figure that out for you. Any advice for me when I go test drive the 4Runner? Yeah, Eric, just test drive it and then just tell them, listen, I'm not buying a car for months. I just want to make sure I like the car. By telling them that you're not buying for a couple months, they're already just going to be like, let's just test drive and get it over with. You're going to test drive the car and then go home and start shopping. But yeah, just be straightforward with them and honest. It's a good price for a 23 Honda Pilot. Being a pre-owned car, Jay Gray, I would have to shop in your market. That 23 Pilot will be a different price all over the country. So hopefully can get my sister a good deal with your tips. Been here supporting, watching. As Bandit, absolutely. I'm sure you can. You've asked some great questions here in the past couple of weeks. I'm sure you'll get a phenomenal deal. Christy, you're welcome. Is 11,500 too much to ask for a 2011 Ford Ranger? Oscar, I'm not too sure. I would just look at the market, but I mean, a 2011 Ford Ranger, depending upon the miles, you may be able to get more. Best bet would have them scratch off the tent fee, ? And good to go. The best would be them scratch off the tent and then get them to match CarMax. They're going to try to tell you, though, oh, there's trade difference, there's trade credit and all that stuff. No. There is, but you want it to match CarMax. But if not, I think you're still getting a good deal. BMW offers roughly 4K military discount on X5. Can I get? Yes, you can get more. Yes, back. Yep, that's correct. You can definitely get some more off. User 599, you're welcome, man. I appreciate you asking the question and letting us kind of use your example to help teach everybody else. What's up, Tyler? Shrimp Man, how we doing? I want to trade in my 2013 Honda Pilot. Or sorry. I want to trade in my 2013 Honda Accord for a new one. Under 11,000 or under 100,000 miles, mint condition, clean title. Could I do it? Of course you could. Mystic Panda, absolutely you could. Keep in mind a 2013 Accord with 100,000 miles, you may be able to, you could probably sell that thing privately and get a lot more money. Just a thought. But if you don't want to deal with it, I'll get CarMax and Carvana offers and use those against the dealership when you go to trade in the vehicle. Because keep in mind, depending upon your state, you get trade credit. It's a tax benefit for you as a consumer in most states. California, you don't get it. Other states, you don't get it. But if you trade in, you save on the amount of taxes. So pretty cool. Guys, happy Friday. Welcome in everybody on all three platforms. We're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch. Today we have currently 3 clients right now at the dealership going through finance, signing up the paperwork, picking up their vehicles. So everything we've already negotiated. I'm not calling dealers today. I'm staying here to help you guys Q&As, talk through some car deals, and help anything you need about car buying, because I want to stay completely free for them 3 in case finance managers call me and want to try and haggle and negotiate. Even though 2 of the 3 we've already negotiated warranties and done everything up front, there was one that refused until we came in. So I'm sure he's probably going to call me soon enough. But we're staying free for all of them. So anything you guys have, guys, questions about buying, leasing, trading, financing, whatever you guys got, throw it in here. Markets on cars, whatever it is, we're helping any and everyone. I want somewhere around 2017, 2018. I want to stick with a Accord. I love mine. Mystic Panda, I don't blame you. Honda Accords, phenomenal vehicle. I personally don't think there's a better sedan out there unless it's a Toyota Camry. Those 2 to me are like the best of the best. So I don't blame you for sticking with an Accord. Trying to trade my Buick Encore GX for something older. Oh, okay, cool. MTS Amanda, that is awesome. It's usually you usually don't see a lot of people going older, but to be honest with you, I actually did. This was probably like 7 cars ago, but I had a BMW M340 2022, and I traded it, and then I got just like a little daily, like a little cheap Honda Accord beater with like 140,000 miles. We traded at the dealership, and I'm like, oh, it's $2,000. I'm buying it. So we traded for $2,000, and then I bought it for $2,000. Traded in my car. I drove that for like 6 months so I could sell it for my Porsche, and I got a Porsche. Yeah. Oh my God, Brenda. So I don't think you understand. So being in the car business, I'm not anymore. But when I was in the car business, I mean, I was getting a new car like every 6 months. That's the benefit of being like a manager. You kind of get to work your own deals. So I mean, we were just trading, and last days of the month, the GM would be like, "Who needs a car? We're 3 months or we're 3 cars away from our goal," and I'll be like, "I'll take a truck," and we'll just trade up. So tips on what to do in the dealership says taking off add-ons. Oh, hold on, sorry, it scrolled all the way to the bottom. Let me scroll back up. All right, Katie, tips on what to say to the dealership about taking off add-ons that they already had on the vehicle. So that right there is their number one excuse when it comes to BS dealer add-ons. You'll say, "Oh, what is this?" They'll tell you what it is, and we're like, every customer is like, "Well, I don't want that. Can we take that off?" And they all say the same thing. They're already on the vehicle. So the tip of it is I don't care it's on the vehicle. I don't want it. So we either can remove, or you don't have to tell me you want it removed from the vehicle. You just want to tell me you don't want to pay for it. They can take off the fee. It's very easy. They can just literally just go to their manager and be like, "Oh, he doesn't want the tent." So they just take out the tent. The manager will go in the worksheet and click delete a couple times and delete the whole phrase. It's very, very easy. I used to do it all the time. I was a manager. So everything I'm teaching you guys is because I did it. All that stuff is BS. You can literally, those BS add-ons, a manager could literally go in there, click it, and type whatever. I could type Tyler's protection package on that thing and send it out in a worksheet format. It's very easy to make up just random stuff. So you just tell them, "Listen, I get it. It's already on the car, but I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for it. Your price online, if it's a used car and it's priced good, great. I'll pay for that, but I'm not paying for these extra add-ons. I'll pay sales price. I'll pay sales tax and DMV. That's it." 24 Tundra Platinum, 94,000 miles online, mid 33K. Diego, I'd have to shop. Pre-owned cars, they're different all over the country. So 10 out of 10, I'd so do it too. Rena, yeah. In an Ionic 5 lease up in March, how flexible are prices on new Ionics? Too soon to negotiate? Not too soon. I mean, even if you get a good deal right now, you can always trade in. That's the benefit with the leases. It's the same thing as if you're financing that vehicle, you can trade in. How do I get the most of my trade? The most for your trade is you want to get third-party quotes such as CarMax and Carvana. And then after you negotiate the best deal at the dealership, then at the very end of that, you tell them, hey, listen, I was looking at selling my car to CarMax, but would you guys be interested in trading it? That's a soft approach because then they're like, dealerships don't like it because they're always like, this guy put it in at the very end. But if you do it that way, it kind of is, it's an easier way to do it. I always do that. Hey, I'm thinking about selling it, but we can trade it. And then after they put a number on it, they're going to lowball you. They're going to hit you lower than you ever thought. And then you tell them, well, listen, I got a CarMax or a Carvana offer for $2,000 more. Can you match this? And then generally they're going to come up and match it. So very rare they're going to beat CarMax and Carvana on the first go. Why won't the dealership negotiate numbers over the phone? I'm 300 miles away. That's a great question. In 2026, the fact that dealerships still think it's a great idea to refuse to send pricing to customers is absolutely nuts. So if I was you, I would call 10 other dealerships that are in a 300-mile radius from you, 20 other dealerships if you want to. Eventually, you're going to come across a couple of good dealerships that will send you the price and have no problem trying to earn your business. But if they do not give you the numbers, you just move on. You take your pen, you mark them off your list, and you keep rolling until you get a good dealership. But great question. I'm glad you addressed that because that's just one of the biggest things that's just nuts. And what's crazy, guys, is I post content. If you guys watch any of my content, which I'm sure you guys do, but anything that I do or a lot of content that I post includes dealerships who refuse to send pricing. That is my biggest pet peeve, and it just doesn't even make sense. And then when I post comments like or content like that, I have people come in the comments, dealerships, and defending the practice. They defend not being transparent with consumers. It doesn't make any sense. This is the car business is like the only industry on the planet that does that. They refuse to send you pricing because you're shopping. It's crazy. First time car buyer with Capital One pre-approval. Any tips? Tara Lynn, yes, with Capital One, I would call and make sure that is a solid pre-approval first. But I would also maybe get a pre-approval at another bank or credit union that you trust. And then from there, after you know exactly what budget, then I would start shopping. And then, yeah, I think the pre-approval side is it takes a lot of the BS out of the dealership trying to screw you by having that pre-approval. But good job. Hey, Mission Mama, thank you for the follow. Your thoughts on the Toyota Camry versus the Crown? I like the Camry better, personally. You still get good deals on Camrys right now. I think overall, in the long run, that Camry is going to be a little bit better for you in terms of just value and reliability. But at the end of the day, it's a Toyota, so they're all good. Because it seems like all their inventory has those already. Katie, don't let any dealership tell you that every one of their cars has these add-ons. Yeah, every dealership says that. I used to work at a dealership. I was at a Honda dealership, and I was at a very, very good group, guys. You'll never hear me talk bad about the group I worked with when I was at a Honda dealership. That group was phenomenal. Like, we were very, very good customers. That's why I loved it so much. And that's why when I got into this space, I never understood, like, how bad some dealerships are. But anyway, at that dealership, the way it would work is like, again, we played all the tricks like dealerships. So we would add on all of the BS fees, like protection packages and all that stuff. And if a customer paid for the protection package, when their car went to detail, they would like quickly spray it on, which the spray on takes like 10 seconds. It's nothing crazy. So the fact that they're charging like $1,200 for that is nuts. So for us, it actually wasn't even on the car. We would tell people it was on the car, but it wasn't on the car until they bought the car. If that makes sense. But it also is like 10 cents to put on. So it's just straight profit. They love to sell that nitrogen. Yes, they do. By the way, S Bandit, thank you so much for the gifts. You're awesome. Not Love, Dave, Classic Car Guy, Candy. Thank you all for the gifts to start us off this Friday. Sorry, guys, I missed a couple questions, so I'm going to scroll up just a little bit more. Braden, what's up, brother? How we doing? Katie, DKP, thank you for the follows. Are you different than delivered? Wolfpack, yes, we are. Thank you for asking. Can you lease if you are 10 grand upside down? Yes, you can. If you're 10 grand upside down, then yeah, you should be able to. It really just depends on credit, though. To lease, keep in mind, not only with a lease, but especially with negative equity, you need good credit to be able to do that. So, ooh, I just got a text from our client, and he said, we are good to go. Everything's done at the dealership. It took 30 minutes. Everything went well. Super easy. That's one good thing, guys. So this client here, we actually negotiate everything. Obviously, the price of the car and everything involved. We also negotiate all the warranties and everything up front. So something like that, if you negotiate the warranties, get everything in writing, you send them IDs, you send out credit app, you do all that up front, they can go, our clients are in and out within 30 minutes. Super easy. And you send me a worksheet, service contract, 2 grand. Looks great. That is fantastic news. Congratulations, buddy, on your brand new car. We are super excited for you. Fantastic. There's nothing better than just getting that text that, hey, everything went great, everything went smooth. So cool. Can you lease if you're 10 grand upside down? To go back to that, yes, you can. You just gotta have good credit, and it depends what type of car you're buying as well, because you got to be on a car that can swallow up that negative equity. It's too bad buying a car can't be a fun experience. Well said. It is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, look, if I go buy a house, like, even though it's a lot of money and I'm scared about spending a lot of money, it's fun, right? You get to shop around, you get to see what you like, you get to see the bathrooms and the bedrooms, and you get to see everything. And the usually the realtor is not pressuring in a way, I guess is the best way to go about it. So why can't car buying be like that? It just doesn't make sense. It truly doesn't. Do dealerships actually care how many vehicles you have bought from in the past? No, not really. I mean, if you bought in like 10 cars from them, they'll probably, I wouldn't say they value your business, but um, you may know some of the managers there that could essentially help get a little bit better deal or whatever. But even if you bought a lot of cars from one dealership, I still wouldn't trust them. I would still shop against the other dealerships. Just to give you an idea, I mean, I had a manager in here that he gave us like 2 grand off a Civic, and he said, "Look, I'll do this deal for you today only." This was like last month, but he's like, "My friend, if you're not buying this car, my friend's coming in here in 2 days, and I'm charging him an MSRP." My friend. So I'm like, "You're charging your best friend MSRP?" He's like, "Yeah, he doesn't know." So, and it was live. Like a lot of people watched it. So if you have any type of like friends or family in the business, I would still shop just to be careful. How much for a Yukon Denali? I'm in Florida. Yukon Denali, you can get good deals on them. Florida, I tell you what, send me a message. One of my counterparts just negotiated one 2 days ago. Send me a message. That yellow arrow on the bottom left of your screen. Let's do a live call. Let's debate this. Let's debate what? I see you in TAO. I see you a lot in my comments. Basically going everything we say. So what would you like to debate? Just Jordan, thank you for the follow. Tyler, use y'all's advice and got our new car last week. First new car since 2010. Andrea. So sorry if I mispronounced it. Fantastic news. Great job. Debate the deposit credit check issue. Oh, so guys, if you're new in here, we posted a video yesterday where, and if you guys were live, what's today, Friday? If you guys were live in here on Wednesday when we were negotiating our BMW deal, we called the dealer who I'll tell you the whole situation. Let's just break it down real quick. Tuesday night, we submitted credit 6:30 p or about 7 p.m. on our client. We agreed numbers, everything's good. Client bought a ticket to fly in 6 hours away, fly in to buy this car. The dealership said, "Great, no problem. Let's at least get you approved." Client buys a plane ticket. We send credit. We get approved. They send us a deposit. 30 minutes later, they close. The dealership closes. Right. So our client was like, "Well, no problem." He didn't text me back till like 9 p.m. And I just said, "They're closed, but you can still submit it." The next morning, we get a phone call saying, "Hey, I know we submitted your credit. We got an approval and all that. We agreed to pricing, but a client came in from 30 minutes or from when we submitted the credit to sending you the deposit. In that 30 minutes, they sold the vehicle. After we got a ticket, agreed to pricing, everything. So the next day they called us, they said it is sold. And unfortunately, even if you submitted the deposit, we would send it back because the car sold. So my point is, as a dealership, guys, if I'm a manager, which I was for years and years and years, if I had an 800 credit score that bought a plane ticket that we agreed to pricing to fly in 2 days, that is a car as a human being that I would put aside. It's done. Even if someone came in to buy it, I would call that consumer right now and just be like, "Listen, I have someone in here right now. I just want to make sure you bought a plane ticket. We've agreed to pricing. We've got you approved on credit. Everything's good. I just want to make sure that we are good. Here's a deposit link. That is a courtesy call. It's just being a human being. That's the problem that a lot of the dealerships lack, is that human aspect. You know what I'm saying? So credit check is a motion of interest and eligibility, not a reservation of the vehicle. That's not true at all, because we just did credit last night for a completely different car at a different dealership. And they said, hey, we actually don't take deposits whatsoever. The only way to agree and move forward with this car deal is to do a credit app. And we're going to send you a buyer's order. So what about that one, TOA? It's just it's a human aspect that a lot of the bad dealerships miss. Like, you just have to think, if that sales manager who I spoke with, who said, well, we couldn't have held it, if she was an 800 credit score trying to buy a car at another dealership, she gave up her credit, she agreed to pricing, she bought a plane ticket to fly in 6 hours away to go buy this car, and they sold that car from up under her, she would also flip out. And I didn't flip out. We just move on. We bought another car 6 hours later. It's okay. It is what it is. The client wasn't upset, but it's our job to I just want to know why dealerships do that. It just doesn't make sense. Last day of the month, let's go. It is last day of the month. Let's go. Okay, that's one dealer. Bet that was the first time you heard that. TOA, no. It's not the first time I heard it. It's situations like that it sucks, because sometimes you trust dealerships that would do what you would do in that situation, and they don't do it. So, but it is what it is. We move on and buy another car. So TOA, there's not really a debate. Again, it's just like, I'm assuming you're in the dealership world, so every bad dealership will always go against what we say, no matter if we're right or wrong. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect me. It's the consideration that's missing. It is it's just like, it's a fact that a lot of these bad dealerships are against the consumer. It's a perfect example of why. But here's the real reason they sold the car, guys, because they were making more money on that customer. I guarantee it. We got $500 off internet price, and we took off the dealer add-ons, which was another $1,200. So I guarantee the person who walked in, if they actually sold the car, they could have been lying there, paid internet price plus all those BS dealer fees. So it is what it is. We still saved money, and then we moved on and bought another car the next day. Then why complain about the credit hit so much when multiple inquiries on a short-term counts as one? Why do I complain? Because an 800 credit score, who, when you agree to pricing and to move forward with the car, the next step is to submit credit to buy the car. So as an 800 credit score, no 800 credit score wants to run the credit. I get it. If you're a 550, 600 credit score, then you're okay with that. But why? It's not even the principle of just running the credit. It's just the principle of the dealership saying, hey, we're done. We're good to go. We're good to move forward. Here's a credit app. Super easy. Is it better to negotiate at the end of the month or the end of the year? Yeah, I would say for the average consumer, guys, it is a situation where you're probably going to get a better deal at the end of the month or the end of the year. But I mean, here at True Price, I negotiate deals every single day. So we get phenomenal deals every day. Doesn't matter. First day of the month, last day of the month, first day of the year, last day of the year. Doesn't matter. Also, keep in mind, there's no such thing as a sale in the car business. The Memorial Day sale, the 4th of July sale, I promise you this, they'll do that deal any other day of the year. If you call enough dealerships, right? You call enough dealerships, you get enough worksheets, you get enough people competing for your business, they're going to do that deal. They'll do the 4th of July deal. They'll do the Christmas deal. They'll do all that. I need 4 deals to hit our number at Hyundai and 3 at Honda. Hit seller. Hold, please. Hit seller, do me a favor. Send me a message real quick of your Honda dealership website. That yellow arrow on the bottom left of the screen. Send me that, and then I have a couple Hondas right now. I'm gonna see what you have. See if we can put something together. That's Bandit. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, so here's a good example. Hit seller, they're at a good group. I know the dealership group he's at. They're phenomenal. Hit seller, if an 800 credit score submits their credit, we were talking about a video that I posted yesterday. Mr. TOA is completely against us because he's probably at a dealership and wants to make more money than anything. But I know hit seller, if we have an 800 credit score about to buy a car, we agree to numbers, we submit credit, our client buys a plane ticket he's about to come fly in to buy your car in 2 days. All that solidified. But you guys sent us a deposit link 30 minutes before close. We couldn't get to it till the next morning. That dealership calls back and said they sold the car in those 30 minutes. Would you do that, or would you actually hold the car and let us know that, hey, someone's either A, Someone's in here trying to buy a car right now, so I need the deposit. Or B, just hold the car for us. I know he would hold the car for us because he's a good dealership. But always the bad dealerships always jump in the comments and talk very crap. Oh, there he is. Look at that. I'd hold the car. Thank you. Any good dealership, deposits are fake anyway. Let's touch on that real quick too. You guys got me wild up here. It's probably the coffee, but deposits are fake, guys. Deposits are 100% fake. When I was at a dealership group, again, I was at a Honda store for a very, very long time. At the end of the year, all the deposits that were non-refundable, we would always roll them back and send them back to all the clients at the end of the year. It was a write-off. Deposits, it's to show interest on the vehicle and it will go into the deal. But if a dealership ever tells you like they're non-refundable and all that stuff, it's all fake. All that stuff's fake. It's just to show some type of way that you're moving forward the vehicle. So I personally think that deposit or a credit app, especially on like 800 credit scores that are done, easy deal, more relevant than a deposit. We just lost $500 deposit due to coming to close and they upped the price, so I pulled out. You didn't lose that. I guarantee you put in a review right now on their work or on their dealership website, or if you call and ask for the general manager and create enough problems, they're going to send it back to you instantly. Even I was at a McLaren, Rolls Royce, and a Koenigsegg dealer, supercar, hypercars, selling million-dollar cars. We would always say non-refundable. We took a $5,000 non-refundable deposit. It would go right back to the consumer. If they call us back 2 days later and they're like, hey, I bought another McLaren. Guess what happened at the end of the month? It got rolled right back to their card, even though we told them, hey, it's non-refundable. They would get very upset. They put, like a little review up. They're refusing to send it. We sent it right back. GM said, no problem. We'll send it back to you. Do you still sell cars? No. Well, I help consumers buy cars. People hire us, and then we negotiate for them. Tyler, you knew you would qualify for the car and we're going to buy. Why not deposit after agreeing to the price? So I don't think you understand. They sent us the deposit link 30 minutes before they closed, right? I forwarded it to the client to move forward. Our client was traveling, couldn't get to it till 3 hours later, where he do apologize. I'm going to get it taken care of. And then the next morning is when they called us and said, hey, we sold the car. Somehow between you getting approved and sending the deposit 30 minutes later. So in those 30 minutes, they sold the car. But it doesn't matter. We're going to move on. Sounds like you're never going to get it, because I get it. All the bad dealerships who practice this and who do everything that we go against, we're never going to agree. I get it. But guys, welcome in. My name's Tyler. I negotiate car deals every single day for a living. So today we are not negotiating any deals. I'm not calling any dealers, but we're working quite a bit of deals. I mentioned that we have 3 clients that are in the dealership right now between doing paperwork and picking up their vehicles. So I just want to say, completely available to them when they come, if they need me at all. So we are doing a lot of car buying help today. So any Q&As, if you want to talk a little bit more through some things between financing, leasing, paying cash, your trade-in, whatever you guys have, please ask away. Would love to help you guys. TOA, hey, Tyler, I hope you call me when we were looking for a Lincoln. I'm not calling you. Why would I call you? You're in my comments all the time telling me I'm wrong. And that's the crazy thing is we have these dealerships always come in here in the comments and like they'll say like something in here. And then if we call you out, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me follow you or let us be friends. No, why would I do that? I mean, I may, if you work at a good group, maybe it's just you. You'd be surprised how I do our business. I don't, based on your comments, it sounds like you're going to take advantage of my customers. Can't handle I can handle disagreements, but I can't handle if you were to do the same thing to our clients. Why would I want to work with you? I may work with someone else at your dealership, but you never know. Maybe we have a Lincoln client coming up, and we call your dealership, and it happens to work out. But I promise you, if any games come up, we just move on. We just go to another good dealer. What states do you primarily work in? For all 50 states. Every state. No, sorry. I was just getting a phone call. But all 50 states. And we also do new, used, whether you're financing, paying cash, or leasing, we do all of it. Calls for your service. Michelle, our service is $900, and we do everything. So let's explain service real quick, guys. Our full car concierge is consumers will hire us. We'll send them 2 forms to fill out, and it'll basically tell you what type of car you're trying to buy, if you have a trade, everything that we need to know to go shopping for you. From there, we'll create a list for you. We'll itemize our top choices, and then we're going to go shopping. We're going to find the best deal in your area on that specific car, new or used. If you have a trade in, we're going to maximize and get you the most amount for your trade in at the dealership, or maybe we could sell it to another party. We'll also help finance, or we'll also help negotiate all financing terms, interest rates, make sure you're getting all the rebates and monies there that you qualify for. And the biggest benefit is you never have to deal with the dealership for this. The only time you'll deal with the dealership is at the very end of it. I'll most likely put me and you as a client and the salesperson or the manager all in a group chat and say, hey, this is my brother, sister, my cousin, my friend, whoever I want to introduce you as. And they were buying the car in their name, and that's it. If I sent you a DM with the dealership I work at, would you keep us in mind for your next deal? Oh, Ferb, absolutely. Yellow arrow on the bottom of the screen. We love working with very, very good dealerships. We have people popping here all the time when we're doing our live negotiations. And they say, listen, I like the other day, we were working a Mazda CX-5. We're working the deal, and a Mazda dealer came in here and said, hey, Tyler, I have the exact car you're looking for, the white with the black. And then he DM'd us the deal he would do, which beat everyone else's deal. And we did a deal right there with them. So, but yes, you can send me a message. We'd love to add you to our dealer recommended list. Tyler, you're going to buy my next link in a month or so. Can I request not to use that guy? A Rose, I promise you, when if you sign up, make sure you request me. And yeah, TOA, this is a perfect reason when you come in here and people can see how you act, they don't want to work with you. She's about to buy a Lincoln. If you were nice and good and took care of clients instead of trying to defend the bad dealerships, maybe you get a car deal. I'm sorry, I'm picking on you too, so we're gonna move on. A Rose, but yes, that is correct. I would love to help you, and then yes, we're gonna get you the best deal and work with the best dealership that has that vehicle. You have my word. Late joining today, you're amped this afternoon. Brenda, how you doing? Yeah, it's just always it's a mix of like the coffee, and then you get some people that pop in here and try to defend all the bad stuff that dealerships do. With all that said, guys, I just want you guys to know there are very good dealerships out there. There's a lot of good people in the dealership world as well. All my best friends are still in the dealership world. So, and they all work at good groups, and we still use them and all that. So keep in mind all the dealerships and all the salespeople and all the managers, they're not bad. There are some ones that are just stuck in the 1980s, but it is what it is. Lynn and Tim, thank you guys so much for the follows. Appreciate you. I never hear you guys negotiate people's trade-ins live for any reason for that. Any reason for that? Excuse me. No, but I mean, we can add that if you'd like to. That's no problem. Excuse me. The trade-ins usually at the very, very end. So usually our live negotiations will go until we get the best deal, because we'll stay live for 3 to 5 hours for the live negotiations. Generally, that by that point we're still working on getting the best deal, but after we get the best deal, we already have trade numbers from CarMax, Carvana, and other third-party sites to the point I know what the trade's worth. So I just tell the dealers pretty easy, hey, I have, here's my trade. If you want to evaluate it, they're going to tell me that it's worth 5 grand. I'll tell them, listen, I have CarMax for 10 grand. Can you match it? And then they generally just say yes. So it's usually pretty easy. That part is. It's really the car aspect's the hardest part. But I'll add that to you or for the next ones. You doing a negotiation today? No, we're staying free for some of our clients that are going through the dealership right now. Just sent you a DM. Hope to hear from you. Absolutely, Ferb. I appreciate you. Any thoughts on websites like TrueCar? Yeah, I mean, look, TrueCar is just it's a lead generating site for dealerships. You're going to go in there, you're going to put your information in, and it's going to send all your information to 20 dealerships in like a 100-mile radius, and then you're going to get phone calls for all of them. So I wouldn't recommend that at all. I would go on sites like Car Gurus or whatever and find the car you want to buy at 5 or 10 different dealerships and call all those, as opposed to going through TrueCar. Thanks, man. Super informative. Absolutely. So is Costco. You are correct. Ferb, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Sorry, let me text client back real quick that's in here. Hey, if they ask that I'm in the business, you can tell them yes and just say I'm at a dealership. No big deal. And yes, if anything comes up, please text or call me. Okay, great. No problem. Can you also send us a video of the engine bay and just underneath just to make sure no leaks or imperfections there? So that was a excuse me. So we always get all the information when it comes to used cars, guys. Or sometimes our clients request certain things, so he just want a video of the full engine, which we usually always get too. So, is there a lot of negotiations for leases? I don't want to go. I don't want to do the back and forth. City of Mountain, there is 100% negotiations on leases. It's the exact same way as if you were paying cash, financing on any car, new or used. It's the exact same way. So I would actually like to think that there's more because not only are you going to go back and forth on the discounts and things like that, but you're probably going to focus on your payment as well. So yeah, if you don't want to do it, you could hire us as well. We got a yellow arrow button on the bottom left of the screen. You can click that, send us a DM. This is what we do for a living. So um, I'm actually posting a video. I actually just posted it on my TikTok. If you want to go watch it, it shows how we got the best deal possible. We got like $200 off MSRP on a new BMW, but the payment was $58 difference from, and that's because they were holding rate. You can hold interest just like as if you're financing. So there's a money factor involved, and they can actually overshoot that money factor and make profit on the lease. So keep that in mind. But because we do the buy rate, our client was able to save another $58 a month. So very confusing leases are. Outright Loud, how we doing? Dealership wanted to run my credit before they even sat down with us. Told them I was just looking. That's crazy. Yeah, you don't have to run your credit until once you get to a point where you're like, listen, I want to buy this car, and you want a pre-approval from your bank or credit union first, so that way you can use it. They should never run your credit until they get to the point at the very end where they're like, listen, I can beat your credit union's rate. That's the only time they should run your credit. What do you charge? Our fee is $900. Had on paper outright in parking lot to go. Had on paper. You had on paper outright in parking lot to go credit union. Why do they do this? Lisa, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Don't they just wash the engine bay anyway? That would be the point of the video. I agree. Yeah, Ed. But listen, at the end of the day, if a client wants a specific video or picture or something, we're gonna ask for it. So, but yes, Tyler, aren't brokers the quickest service to use to buy a vehicle? Broker, I wouldn't use a broker at all, guys. I'm not a broker. You guys can call me a broker if you want to, but legally speaking, I'm not. Brokers are also incentivized by the dealership. So if you go through a broker service, keep in mind they're getting paid not only by the dealership, but they're also getting paid by you. So if a dealership or if a broker is getting paid from both ends, whose side do they really work on? That's the question that you'll probably never know. Well, that's the answer you'll probably never know. So keep that in mind. When I was when I was in the supercar world, we dealt with brokers all the time, and some of these brokers were making $10,000 on a deal because instead of discounting the car 10 grand, we would pay the broker 10 grand for him to sell it for us. Because at the end of the day, it's about profit. So if we're making 30 grand in a car, they were okay to pay someone 10 grand if they sold it, so the dealership could make 20, as opposed to discounting the car for the client. So keep that in mind. It's our first time leasing, so the process is new to us. I got you. So first time leasing, no problem. I wouldn't be scared at all. I lease all my cars, so if you have any questions, be sure to ask. We'd love to help you out. Did you play soccer in college? You look like someone I know. I did play soccer in college, actually. Mopar KC. I did. Hi, cool car dude. RD, what up? I saw a video. There were still 800,000 new cars out there from 2024 to 2025 because of high prices. Yeah, I mean, depending upon the make and models. What are some trims of certain vehicles not available for lease? Every new car is available for lease. It's not trim specific. I mean, well, I'm pretty sure every new car. I mean, there may be like some manufacturers out there who don't, but like every Honda, Toyota, Nissan, everything you can lease. Pretty easy there. But guys, welcome in. We got a good little crowd here. My name's Tyler. I negotiate car deals every single day for a living. Our clients here at True Price, they hire us, and then we actually go out there and shop for them. But it's really not just the shopping, but it's the fact that no one wants to deal with the dealership, so they hire us instead. So if you guys have any questions about our service and how we can help, guys, we got a yellow arrow bottom left of the screen. You can send us a message. We'd love to help you. Also, if you're in here, you don't follow me yet, go ahead and click that profile at the top left of the screen. We truly appreciate that. And also, we're a little low on the likes, but no big deal. But if everyone has about 5 seconds, go ahead and double tap that screen. All those likes just help push us out to the algorithm a little bit more. Excuse me. But thank you for all the follows, all the likes, all the gifts. You guys are absolutely awesome. Excuse me. In your opinion, what's a good price on a new Civic Si? New Civic Si, I had a dealer text me the other day that they're doing $2,000 off SIs for us, but I mean, every dealer thinks they're gold and may charge you over. But thoughts on a used electric Audi e-tron? I'm against that car because one, you're going to lose a lot of money in that car because it's electric. They don't hold the value well at all. So any like luxury or supercar that is an electric vehicle, I'd stay away personally. Why do people lease when they know they will buy at the end? I'm not sure, but they shouldn't. I mean, if you plan on buying that car at the end, you should go into it financing. When using your services, how many inquiries do you run on my credit? Ed, we don't run your credit whatsoever. We have a couple questions that give us like a baseline idea of how your credit is, but we're never going to ask for your credit score or your social and run it. When it gets to the point, like if you tell us, hey, Tyler, I'm a 750 credit score, at that point, I know you qualify for top tier. So we negotiate that against the dealer and say, listen, our client is top tier. We get qualified for this rate, but we also want you as a consumer to get a pre-approval at your bank or your credit union because we can, one, know what type of rate that you can get, but then two, we can use that as a negotiation tactic when it comes to the rate. But we're never going to run your credit ever. So zero. What about hybrids and luxury cars? Depending upon the luxury car, I'm okay with hybrids. I think where stuff really gets a little iffy is supercars. And supercars, guys, hybrid cars and electric cars, they tank. So if you're ever in the market for a supercar and spending more than $200,000 on a car, never ever go hybrid or electric. I promise you'll lose half that money. Unknown 69, thank you for the follow. Parlay, thank you for the follow. What do you think about financing a 2023 EQS? I'm still against the EQSs as well because of the value, but I think overall, if you were to buy that car, I would finance it. Lynn, thank you for the follow. City of Mompton, thank you for the follow. Mike, thank you for the follow. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the likes as well. We just surpassed 5,000, which is crazy to think. Like we're at a point now where like 5,000 is light for us. We used to, go live for like an hour and a half and only get 5,000. Now we're like, slightly into it. But thank you guys for all those likes and follows and shares, and you guys are awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. YouTube. Richard, I'm so sorry I missed your question. CarMax online says 23K. Carvana says 13. KBB says 26 to 29. Do you just not mention bring Carvana to the dealer? No, I'll mention Carvana. I think right now, if CarMax is giving you 13, or if CarMax is giving you 23 and Carvana is giving you 13, obviously CarMax is beating it by 10 grand. So I would just stick with CarMax and use the higher one towards my leverage. So I would use that one and just be like, listen, CarMax give me this. I wouldn't tell them that Carvana's give me this because then they're going to be like, oh, wait, what's wrong? We need to lower our number. 2015 F-250 diesel. Yeah, that's why. That's a truck that's just kind of, you don't know. Carvana don't really like those bigger trucks, so they're going to lowball it on purpose. And CarMax, you may get a better trade number, though. I mean, keep in mind, you always want to get a trade number from the dealer first because who knows? Maybe they give you more than CarMax. And then you don't even have to tell them that, hey, CarMax gave me this. But if they give you if the dealership gives you 25, I wouldn't mention anything. I would just go with the dealership. We were going to lease a Kia Carnival. It seems like the top tier trim isn't available for lease. Should be. Tyler, are you guys getting good deals on Santa Fe calligraphy hybrid? Yes, we are, Mr. Sparky. Thoughts on a 2022 Subaru Outback Limited with 94 original miles for $29,000? Ren, I love the vehicle. First off, I wouldn't be able to tell you if that's a good deal or not without actually shopping it in your area. Keep in mind, guys, when it comes to pre-owned vehicles, those vehicles they're priced differently from New York to California to Florida. There's so many different markets for pre-owned cars, so keep that in mind. 2026 Camry, 10,000 miles, dealer offering 26.5. Is that a good deal out the door? Good credit, no down. Lynn, again, it's a 2026 with 10,000 miles. It's a lot of miles for not even being a year-old car. But I mean, seems like a decent deal, I guess. Keep in mind that even if you go new, you can still get a really, really good discount on a new one. So I would maybe shop new too and compare. Guys, I also want to give a big shout out to our top 5 viewers right now. We got Mr. Preston Turner 1. What up, Preston? City of Mountain 2. City, thank you for all your questions. Emilde, I'm so sorry for mispronouncing that. That's number 3. Mr. Watson 4 and Classic Car Guy 5. Classic Car Guy, how are we doing? Good to see you. That's the normal process because it has to go through accounting. Preston, I appreciate you saying that. Always glad you're here too. Lynn, you're welcome. Absolutely. 19 GX 460 premium with 71K miles, no accidents, one owner for 33,000. Z Blair, same thing. Pre-owned car. I wouldn't be able to tell you yay or nay. Doing good. Trying to find a good buy on some nitrogen. Classic Car Guy. You're awesome. Thank you for your jokes. You always make me laugh. Thank you for your answers. If I get any dealer crap when we go in, I'll be in touch. City of Moncton, keep in mind, I would not go into that dealership at all. You should never step foot to the dealership until you know you're getting a good deal. So if I'm you, I'm narrowing down exactly what car I want to buy. If you don't know yet, go in, test drive cars, and then leave. Do all of your shopping from home. Find that car you want to buy at 5 dealerships. Call all 5 dealerships, get their best price, and sit right at home like I'm doing right now. I sit right here and I call dealerships all day long. Ed, thank you for the follow. Can I negotiate below MSRP price with dealers? Will dealer lose a lot below MSRP? Dan, 100%. You can go below MSRP, depending upon the car. But yeah, I mean, some dealers sell cars below invoice, depending upon the make and model. If looking at just the monthly payment, would financing or leases be better payment-wise? Living my fairy tale. Great question. A lease payment will generally always be lower than the financing because with a lease, you're only leasing, you're paying for that portion of the vehicle that you're leasing for. So it's generally always going to be lower. Unless you go like super short term or something. Looking for a car for 15-year-old boy. Recommendations? Yeah, done. Anything Honda, Toyota, Mazda, Subaru. But I like Honda Accords. I like Honda Civics. I like Toyota Camrys, Toyota Corollas. Those are all good cars that I'm not scared of, with 100, 120,000 miles. Should I trade in my vehicle worth 3K towards a lease? Brandon, if I was you, I would probably I never recommend putting any money down the lease. If you do, maybe first payment, maybe $1,000 or $2,000, but anything more than that, no. If your car's worth $3,000, I would probably just try to either you can trade in to the dealer and tell them, listen, I want $3,000 cut back to me. Just cut me a check for the $3,000, or just try to sell it. Usually $3,000 cars, you may get a little bit more if you sell it privately. Don't put any money down the lease. I'm going to pin that because, guys, this is a good dealership right here, and he's high up in the dealership world. He's even telling you don't put any money down on a lease. So if there's any people if there's any salespeople in here who hate what I do, they come in here all the time, and you guys always disagree with me about that. This is a perfect reason from a good dealership that you should never do it. What are your thoughts on the Ford Escapes? I'm not the biggest fan of Ford Escapes, reliability reasons, but my credit is not the best. Fair enough, Brandon. So if your credit's not the best, you may not be able to lease in general. Keep that in mind. You got to have good credit to do that. You'll lose the money if totaled. 100%. I'm going to pin that as well. So guys, if you go and put $10,000 down on a lease, great. You're going to have a low monthly payment. But if you total that vehicle out in 6 months, that 10 grand just went bye-bye. You built up no equity in your car. Noreen, thank you for the follow. If you lease a car and put 10 grand down, it's told you go back to like, it's how we said the same thing. It's crazy. If they're advertising $2,000 down on a lease for $350 a month, how do you go around not putting any money down? MD squared, you just tell them, listen, I'm not putting 2 grand down, and they're going to tell you, well, your payment $60 more a month. Well, no, I want the payment at 2 grand down with no money down. They can discount the car 2 grand and get you the same payment. So my 2012 Chrysler 300 is it even worth trading in toward a loan or sell myself? 2012 depends on the miles. I may just sell it if I was you. I mean, dealerships don't like that car. It's not a good car in general in terms of reliability. So they may just try to lowball you. Kindred spirits, brother. I got you. As a dealer, we hate those advertisements. I agree, 100%. Mr. AC, thank you for the follow. Will me having 2 jobs I've been with for 2 years make up for a not so good credit score? Yeah, I mean, having good job time and good job history helps. Also, a down payment helps as well. But with a lease, it's very contingent upon specifically your credit. So keep that in mind. Do you like Jeep Cherokee Trailhawks? No, I do not, Neil. Jeep Cherokees, no. I hear you going about 180,000 miles and strong. Counting my days, I know it isn't reliable at all. Yeah, I mean, a dealership with that many miles, they may trade it for $1,000, maybe. You could probably sell it for a little bit more. I can't afford one of those reliable makes. What do you recommend for a car or an SUV around 25 grand? Oh, 25 grand. There's a lot of good cars out there. Pre-owned. Let's just stick to SUVs. Let's go to Honda CRVs. You can get a good CRV for that. A good Honda HRV. You can get good Subaru Outbacks, Crosstreks, anything Subaru, Honda. Toyota. What else? Mazda. Those 4 are my top brands. Anything there, you can get good around $25,000. It's deceiving lease specials that don't include taxes and fees, and it's always at MSRP from OEM. 100% correct. Guys, that's why it's important. If you guys are ever looking at like a commercial where it's like, oh, you can lease this car for $299 a month with $299 down. That advertising is at an MSRP price, so no discount, and it does not include your sales tax, which may be thousands of dollars. It doesn't include your DMV fees or any other dealer add-ons, doc fees. It doesn't include any of that stuff. So after you add all that stuff on, you may be paying, $150 more a month. Ozul, thank you for the follow. Are the Jeep Cherokees reliable? No, they're not, Christy. That's not me saying it. That's just, statistically. I put down $1,100 on a Wrangler lease, but got a check back on my trade for $9,900, so I was happy. Jay, phenomenal job. Good job. Honda Pilot. I love that car, if that was your question. 2025 Ford Explorer ST, 23,000 miles. Dealer asking $46K. Good deal. I would not know. Again, being a pre-owned vehicle, I'd have to shop it in your area. Guys, thank you. We're at 12,000 likes. Noreen, thank you for the gifts as well. Ameldy, thank you so much for the gift. Sorry if I mispronounced that, by the way. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm not good with like pronunciations of some of the usernames because sometimes they run together and it throws me off. Should I trade my 2016 Subaru Crosstrek for a Ford Bronco? No, I would keep the Crosstrek personally. Opinion on leasing a Ram or GMC? Between the two, maybe GMC. I like both of them though, especially if it's a truck. What's your advice for negotiating leases? Dennis, great question. My advice is I'd probably shop payment personally. If I'm a consumer that doesn't know too much, I would stick to payment. I would find the vehicle I want to buy at a minimum of 5 to 10 dealerships. I would call all of them and say, look, I'm looking at leasing for 36 months, 12,000 miles a year. Maybe just put my first payment down, see who gives you the best payment. And then from there, you can take the payment, kind of shop it around. We always kind of do it a little bit. It's not tougher, but it's a lot more difficult to understand it. But we'll negotiate the best discount on the price of the car, knowing what we know and knowing what a good market value is for that car. From that discount, then we know the residual and the money factor, which the money factor is the interest rate with a lease. We know that going into it. So then when they give us a payment, it's always higher because they're holding on the rate. We just tell them, listen, our payment should be this because the money factor is this. And then they're like, oh, crap. And then they do it. So that's really the best way to do it. But as a consumer, if you shop payment and you shop for the best overall payment, the money factor, the residual will match, and then they're just going to bring down the discount accordingly. So, is this Andy Elliott? Kobe, if you guys don't know, Mr. Kobe in here comes in here every day and asks if I'm Andy Elliott. And no, I'm not. Opinions on Audi Q7s. I think they look great, personally. I personally wouldn't buy one. If I did buy one, I would lease it because you're going to lose some money on that car. Hello, I have a leased RAV4. I called to get the buyout number, and they tell me to come in to tell me. Lulu, they're probably trying to trade you out or sell you on a car. You don't have to do that. You can call the manufacturer. So what is a RAV4? I would call Toyota, call their payoff department, and just say, hey, I have a lease through you guys. Could I get a dealer payoff? Call it like a dealer payoff. That'll be your payoff for the loan. How can you tell the money factor is accurate? So I meant to make a video on this the other day. I actually don't think there's a way a consumer can figure out the money factor unless you just call a bunch of dealerships and ask them. By calling a bunch of dealerships and saying, look, I'm trying to buy your car. We're going to be leasing this. At that point, you can ask them and say, hey, I just want to know what the money factor and the residual is at 36 months. Generally, they're going to tell you that. After you call 10 dealerships and, 5 of the, let's say most of them are going to tell you that rate, that payment, generally that's the rate. We just know because we have dealership software to tell us exactly what the money factor and residual is at each tier on each car. But as a consumer, I'm not gonna lie, I think there's like different platforms that you could probably pay, but like I don't think there's another way. Like at least special rates and stuff, you can kind of look it up. But I'm gonna dive into it and figure it out. I can promise you this: we got some stuff coming out on our website that's gonna change the game for everybody. That you'll be able to see a lot of stuff as the way the dealership sees it. More to come soon. Last day of the month, let's see those deals. Florida Outdoor. How we doing, man? Yeah, we got like I said, we got a couple clients at the dealership right now, so we wanted to stay a little bit free for all of them. So MLD. Yep. I got you. Sorry, I just saw your comment. It's pronounced like saying the letters MLD. MLD. Got you. I won't mess it up again. All right. What's your website? Lulu, our website here. Actually, I'm going to put it on the banner up here, guys. Make it easy for you guys. Let's do this. TruePriceAuto.com. Boom. How's that look? I'm going to shrink it just a little bit. Perfect. TruePriceAuto.com. Go check us out. How much do you charge? We charge $900. Our full service, our full car concierge service is $900. What do you drive? I have a truck. User hashtag, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Lulu, you're welcome. Thank you so much for asking. It reminded us to put it up here on the screen. So yes, sir. I have received all your messages. We're getting videos of the engine bay. And I'm confirming the warranty on the vehicle as well. Do you actually get better deals on days like today, OEM, and Friday? As an average consumer, yes. Like I've already had multiple dealerships call me today and say, hey, we will do this deal today, which is awesome. Hit Seller, man, you are the absolute man. Thank you so much for the fireworks. I've never seen that gift before. So, I mean, you guys sent some of this stuff that I've never seen. So thank you so much, truly. We're going to put some deals together. Yeah, my word. You're a great dealership. Looking forward to putting some deals together with you. George, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. But yeah, let's touch on this a little bit, guys. So do you actually get better deals on days like today, end of the month, and Friday? So, guys, at the end of the month, if you're just an average consumer and you don't really know how to get the best deal, the dealership will always tell you, listen, we're trying to hit our monthly quota or whatever they want to say, and we need deals. So we'll do this for you today. Those type of deals, we're getting them every day because we'll call 20, 30, 40 dealerships on a specific car. So when you call enough dealerships, you're going to get phenomenal deals regardless. But generally speaking, for an average consumer, I would say towards the end of the month, towards the end of the year is where you're going to get the best deal. We're in the process of buying 4 more stores. Ooh, hit seller, can you say? Are they in Virginia? If they are, I probably know them. Guys, we've been live for a little over an hour. We're going to stay in here for about 2 hours. And looks like everything is going normal right now for clients because everyone's saying everything's going smoothly. So, which we usually never ever have anything change once a client gets into the dealership because we make sure everything's in writing and agreed to on all parties before they go in. So usually I haven't had it happen at least in months and months and months. We had one of those situations where like the dealer tried to add on like a little fee, but other than that, nothing. It's pretty straightforward. If you get everything in writing, you do credit, you send them everything beforehand, everything's solidified, you should have no problems going in. But we never recommend going into a dealer until you get everything in writing. First time buyer here. We are located in Birmingham, Alabama. Awesome. That's a good little spot. I got a lot of family in Birmingham down there. Can you get a lower price on a lease buyback? Depends what you mean by lease buyback. Usually, yes, but like, do you really want a lease buyback? What deals are you looking at for foreigner? Depending upon the trim, you can still get a couple grand off MSRP. Depending upon what state you're in. Yeah, that's accurate. I have a credit score of 600. Will they approve me for a car? I make 60 grand. Sean, I think it depends. Like your credit score is not only the most important thing when it comes to trying to finance a vehicle. Yes, your credit score is important. Your credit history, your employment. Like if you've been on the job for a long time, you've made good, consistent income. That helps. If you have a good down payment, that helps. So there's a lot of different factors. Oh, California. California is one of the toughest markets right now for basically anything Toyota. So it's gonna be tough. I haven't negotiated a platinum over there in California yet, but East Coast we're getting a little bit off. You say off MSRP, are you walking MSRP at the door? No. So MSRP is the starting price. You should get a discount off that. Then they're going to add on all those BS dealer ads. We get those off. Then you should get the rebates that you qualify for, which is free money for you as a consumer as long as you qualify. And then it's taxes, tax, and fees, which leads you to that out the door. Ram dealer is advertising at $389 a month for lease. I guarantee what that is a lot of money down, and it's probably their base trim and does not include taxes, tax, and fees. Do you always get a discount on new cars, or have you had to settle for MSRP? The only car I had to settle for MSRP was 2 months ago on a RAV4 in California. That's the only deal that I've done that I can remember MSRP. Everything else we're getting discounts, but there are cars out there that are outliers. Like for example, Raptor R's, you're probably going to pay a couple grand over MSRP. Just depending upon the car. There's cars out there that you're going to pay over because that's like the demand of the market, but depends. Is the Tiguan 2026 worth looking at? Rack 712, I think it is. I think it's not quite to the quality of Honda and Toyota, but I think if you like the look of it and the style, if I'm you, I would go at least test drive it. Test drive the Tiguan, test drive the CRV, test drive the RAV4, drive all of them. See which one you like better, and then go back home and negotiate. Is MSRP out the door, including taxes and fees, considered a good deal? No, you can get better for the 4Runner. Do you still believe that the car market will crash? I don't think the car market will crash at all. No, I don't. I don't think the car market will ever really truly crash because if it's so important to the U.S. economy that I think if it does crash, someone's going to bail it out. I mean, if you look at who was it? There was a group. I think it was Ford. This is years and years ago, but they went bankrupt. But then the U.S. government bailed them out. But I don't think it'll always crash. I think it may have like a little rebound, but I think eventually prices will come down slightly and reevaluate. GM, Art 90. Sorry, I should know my history if I'm going to talk about it here in front of 200 people. But yeah, I mean, it's just a situation where I think the car business in general it brings in so much money for the economy that I don't think it'll ever like crash. If it does, it'll suck for sure. How much off Honda Pilot in Alabama, depending upon trim level? Maybe 4 grand, maybe a little bit more, depending upon trim. Ally Financial, Ally Financial. I like Ally. MSRP like 2 to 5 grand off MSRP out the door with taxes is good. Yeah. How much true price gets paid from dealer? You guys technically brokers? Yeah. No. Let's pin this real quick. Let's talk about it. No dealership pays us at true price. We are not incentivized by dealers. We are only incentivized by you as the consumer. We are 100% on your side and not the dealership side. Now, however, we work with good dealership groups and good dealerships in general, good salespeople, good managers that will sometimes we will call up if we do a lot of business with them and they give us better deals because we bring them a lot of clients as well. So it's kind of like a win-win situation there, but no dealership pays us. And speaking of brokers, brokers do get paid by you as a consumer. You'll pay them to go find a deal, and they will also get incentivized by the dealer. But they also can do paperwork and things like that. We don't. We don't do paperwork. We still consider me like this. Consider me as you are a 18-year-old kid. You're about to buy your first car, and I'm dad, and I'm helping you. We go in the dealership together. I'm helping you. I'm beating up the dealership for you. I get you the best price. I'm like, here, son, here, or here, daughter. This is the best deal. Let's go ahead and sign here. That's what we are. We help guide you. We are your parent, if you will. We're that helping hand that gets you the best deal. But then after we get you the best deal, you're still going to sign up with a dealership. The dealership will still do everything for you. Super easy. Tyler always educating the people. Preston, thank you. We try. That's all. What Honda deal did you need? We're looking at an Accord. But if you send me your website, I'm going to look at it. We're going to stay live for probably another 20, 30 minutes. I'll look at it as soon as we get off. You getting a bird dog on any of that? No. So, guys, let's pin this too. This is more dealership slang that you may want to know as a consumer. A bird dog is when a dealership incentivizes someone for bringing them a lead or a client. So what Art 90 is suggesting is he thinks that the dealership is paying me to bring my client to them. That's not the case at all. We get actually, if anything, the dealerships don't like us at all at first. After we tell them who we are, if we had a good experience, we tell them that, hey, we're True Price and we do a lot of clients. Then they like us. But overall, we do not get paid whatsoever by any dealership. There's no bird dogs. There's no incentive. We're just going to call. If a dealership doesn't want to do our price, we don't tell them who we are. We just keep calling other dealerships until they do our price. You say not broker, but website says we're technically brokers and require a broker's license. So let me rephrase that. So the owner of True Price, in order to start his company in a completely different state, got a broker's license at the time. We are not brokers. We legally do not do paperwork, and we're not incentivized by the dealership. So I guess technically speaking, he has it because we have a couple of employees. So as a business standpoint, maybe, but no. There was absolutely no brokerage going on. We don't get paid by the dealer, and plus we live stream this. If we're getting paid by the dealers and by the brokers, you guys would probably catch that. No dealer is going to pay me $1,000 to bring him a customer and then give me like let's say the BMW deal on Wednesday. There's no BMW dealer who will do $8,200 off on a brand new BMW and then incentivize and pay me to bring that deal. Why would they do that? They're losing money. Emmerich, no problem. Which makes of cars do you think are the best? Personally, in order, I like Honda, Toyota, Mazda, Subaru. Man, I haven't negotiated a Sienna recently, so if you want to send me a message in that yellow arrow on the bottom left of your screen, I'll ask my counterpart who just did one. What's your view on buying a used car in another state without ever being there in person? Personally, I I always recommend our clients to at least maybe go in and test drive a vehicle, unless it's like a newer car, maybe 1, 2 years old, less miles, and the dealership's willing to send us videos of everything about that vehicle, everything, pictures, everything. Um, if they're very upfront about everything, it's certified. There's different factors with it, but I'm still a big proponent on telling our client to go in and drive the car, test it, smell it, touch it, do everything. Do you negotiate RVs and travel trailers? Ben, do not, but I could probably apply our service to that. Maybe one day. Elantra, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm also going to let the dealership know that you have a flight booked. Also, just to let you know, our client has a flight booked and will be there tomorrow. But please get me all that info above with the video and the warranty info ASAP. All right. There should be a service like this for boats. Those things vary wildly. Maybe in the works, maybe not. Any general tips for negotiating on any vehicle? John, 100%. The biggest tip I can give any of you guys, if you guys are trying to negotiate it on your own, whatever vehicle you want to buy, new or used, you want to find that specific vehicle at a bare minimum of 5 dealerships. By having competition, it's naturally going to drive down the price, new or used. If you're looking at a pre-owned 2023 Honda Accord Sport Trim with 50,000 miles, that's a red color one. Find 5 of those. Call all those dealerships, get their best out the door price, and cross shop them against every other dealer. Say, listen, yours over here is $2,000 higher than this one. I can just go buy this one. Then they'll probably try to come a little closer to that price. And you just keep maneuvering that. If they have a 0% interest rate in a new car or a low interest rate, then we also get a Charlene, I'm so sorry. What was the end of the question? We also get discount. Oh, discount. So keep in mind, some manufacturers, like Nissan, for an example, let's like look at the Rogue. You may get 0% right now, but you don't get the rebate. There's a rebate tied to it, $3,500 rebate. That in most cases, it's better to take the rebate and the discount than the 0% interest. So, Charlene, sometimes not. Keep in mind sometimes too that some dealerships will advertise 0% as a dealership level, not a manufacturer level. And instead of discounting the car, the dealership will use the profit in the car and buy down the rate. Michael. Michael, you are the man. How do you always hit me with a gift that I've never seen? Every day. We're like 30 days into this. You're awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Truly. But yeah, guys, if you're in here and you're shopping for 0% interest, keep in mind, I would do a little bit more diving into like the fine print, because even though it shows 0%, you may not qualify for rebates and discounts that could be a better situation for you. Sure. Santa Fe has 1,500 and 0%. Oh, that's good. Can you do more than 1,500 and 0%? Hit seller? Just a question. May need that info soon. Never know. We may have a Santa Fe client pop up. But guys, thank you guys for being in here. We've had a good little crowd. We're gonna stay live for a little bit longer. But again, my name is Tyler. I negotiate car deals every single day for a living. So if you guys don't follow me yet, guys, top left of the screen, you can click that and give us a follow. We're almost at 12,000 followers. We're like 100 away. So we got 100 people in here. Most of you guys follow me, but the people who don't, if you want to give us a follow, We would greatly appreciate that. And also, if you guys have any questions about our service, or if you want to hire us here at True Price, guys, we got a yellow arrow bottom left of that screen. You can click that. You can send me a DM. I will be getting off here in about 15 minutes to all the messages as well. If you ask right now, there's like a little automated response that may send you to our website. But as soon as I get off, I'll come on there and answer you guys' questions. So, what about cars that are very limited in inventory, such as GR Corollas, Civic Type Rs, etc.? We're still getting good deals on those. Give you an idea, I had a dealer text me 2 days ago. They're doing $2,000 off Type Rs. He just texted me and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know, the last couple of days of the month, you got any clients on a Type R, we're doing $2,000 off MSRP, and we'll ship it to you." Hit seller, I got you. I'm new to TikTok. How can I look at Pretty 83? You almost got me. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was an error. He said, TikTok, I'm new to TikTok. How can I look at your body? I mean, videos. It's okay, Pretty. It's okay. That was funny, though. Pretty 83. We have a profile on the top left of our screen. You see my username up there on the top left of the screen. You can click that. It'll take you to my profile. It's okay. Don't worry about it. That was actually a very funny autocorrect. iPhones, they suck, don't they? But yeah, go click the profile at the top. And everyone else in there, if you haven't followed us yet, guys, go ahead and click that profile and give us a follow. Truly appreciate all you guys. But guys, it's been a good live. I think we've been here for about an hour and a half. You guys have asked a ton of questions. Absolutely love that, because you guys never know that your question may help the next person in here as well. And we all understand that car buying is confusing, and we just want to help elaborate that. And I also want to mention, yes, people hire us to negotiate their deal, but guys, you can still get a phenomenal deal without hiring us. You guys can watch. You don't have to watch my content, but you can watch other people's content that just give free advice. Here on my profile, we at least do between 3 and 5 pieces of content every day. It's free. Just follow us and watch the content. We do it on all platforms between TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can watch all that content completely for free and apply it to your own deal. We basically teach you everything that you need to know. So by doing that, you're going to get arguably one of the same deals that we could get here at True Price if you put in the same amount of time. So the only difference is that we'll probably just call more dealerships to incentivize a better deal. Can you see my comment above? Dan, I'm sorry. Let me scroll up. Can dealers lower interest rates? Question mark. My score is 745 and dealer give me an interest rate close to 9. Yeah, Dan. So keep in mind, they can actually raise your interest rate on you. You actually may qualify for 7%, but they're showing you 9, and they're pocketing that 2 points of spread. They can also, so they can definitely lower it. The best way you're going to get them to lower that is if you get a pre-approval from your bank or your credit union that may give you 7%. And then you tell the dealer, listen, dealership, I have 7%. Can you beat this rate? If they can, go with them. If they can't, stick with your bank. I've said for years the car buying process is nuts. I love that you guys give great advice. Pretty 83, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, look, we're here for you guys and the consumers. But if you guys really want to see the bad dealerships, just go hop in my comments. You'll see all these bad dealerships that stay preaching against what they do. Like the video, if you guys saw, it's probably like our most viral here in the past 2 weeks. The one guy that said, well, I'm going to run your credit whether you pay cash or not. There's dealerships in there that are defending that statement. It's absolutely crazy. It doesn't even make sense. That's nuts. I'm here in Cali. Dan, I got you. Dealerships are so predatory. Why can't we just buy straight from the factory? So, John, it's a good point. I think eventually there's going to be an option where you can either buy from the factory, buy from the manufacturer, or the dealership. I think it should be an option to the point where, obviously, if you're buying from the manufacturer, you're probably not going to get the best deal. But there's people out there who don't really care about getting a great deal. There's people out there who just want a car and don't want to deal with the BS of going through a dealership. People like that, that's going to be a great option. But I think to get the best deal, negotiations and dealerships would still have to exist. But it just depends. I think eventually there should be an option like buying a phone, right? You can buy one directly from Apple. They'll ship it to you. Or you can go through your Verizon dealer or your AT&T little shop, buy it through them, and they do everything for you. So it just kind of depends. I think car buying should be a similar process as like buying a phone. But that's just me personally. What do I know? I'm just a guy on here that negotiates car deals on TikTok in front of you guys. JBO, thank you for sharing. Can dealerships mess with your credit if you don't take their deal and walk? Brian, if you ran your credit with that dealership and you signed a credit application and they figure out that you went to another dealership, yeah, they can run your credit. I've seen it happen before where they're like, "Oh, this guy signed our credit app and he bought from another dealer." 12 hours later, let's just submit him. He's gonna get some dings on his credit. Yeah, they can do that. As long as you sign a credit app legally, they can run your credit. The fixed ops side of dealers can sustain the dealerships if we could buy direct. That part I agree with. If you guys don't know, the service department of a dealership is the most profitable side of the dealership in every dealership ever in the complete country. The service department is the most profitable. So yeah, I think service and parts could withstand the profit margins, but it's a bigger conflicting problem than probably what we all think about. So I'm looking at a 24 Camry XSE for 36 grand. Miles to previous owners. Do you think I can negotiate? Yeah, I think you could, but I mean, keep in mind on pre-owned cars, sometimes they won't negotiate because the car is priced very well. Service department overcharged for everything. That I agree with. Yeah, the amount of money guys in the service department is crazy. They also, you guys may not know this, they train sales advisors on how to sell. Service advisors or salespeople in the service department. Their job is to upsell you in products and services that you don't need. John, I'm a service advisor for Honda, and our new service department would be in shambles without our revenue. 100%. 100%. And John, here's the thing too, is that I guarantee the salespeople and the sales side of that dealership probably treat you guys, I wouldn't say like crap, but they treat you as a lower tier. They always do. Especially like the top salespeople over there. They're just like, service department. But they don't know that the service department is the most important part of an entire dealership. I'm not gonna lie, John. I may start making some content about service because I think people don't understand the service side and how the service side is so different. Well, it's actually so similar to the car buying process because they still try to upcharge and everything. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying you guys shouldn't make a profit, but you know, some people need to look out for it. Dealer car buying process so ancient. It takes away the whole day and they move so pay. Yeah. I mean, it's all part of a process to kind of wear you down. So I have 8 grand negative equity on my car. What do you recommend? I want to sell and get another 8 grand negative. Well, first off, I would get on a couple different numbers on your trade-in. I would get it from CarMax and Carvana, maybe some other ones as well. Because if the dealership's telling you you're 8 grand upside down, it may not be true. You may only be 4 grand or 5 grand upside down. It's only going to go down more. I agree. Service and F&I is where dealerships make their money. TCP, I agree. You are right. Service and F&I is where they really try to focus there, but keep in mind as well, they make money in parts. They still make their money in parts. But yeah, overall new car sales, dealerships don't make a lot of money on new car sales, guys, because I mean, you got to think there's a lot of dealerships out there who sell cars below invoice, depending upon the car, the make and model. They may lose money on new car front end gross every month, but they may make it up on used car gross. They may make it up on F&I. The dealership as a whole will, if you look at sales, service, and parts, sales sometimes on the lower end and service is always up here. Parts is somewhere down in there. So it just depends on the department, depends on the brand, the make, the model. Like there's so many different factors that go into a dealership. But overall speaking, service department is the most profitable side of a dealership, hands down. Do dealerships consider import trades toward a car? Do dealerships consider import trades toward a car? What do you mean? I'm sorry. I bet senior citizens take advantage of being told they need parts when they really don't. Yeah, I mean, James, again, when it comes to the service department, their job is just to upsell everything. So, hey, guys, what they'll do is, hey, you came in for an oil change, but, your tire tread depth is low here. Do you want this? Your engine air filter looks dirty. Do you need this? All that is just extra profit that they're doing. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't say they get taken advantage of, but they could, yes. A lot of people just don't know. That's from it's just maybe we can start doing content on service and parts too. That kind of I don't think anybody's doing that right now. Maybe that's a new little dimension we can add to the content game. S Swisher, thank you for the follow there. Will I get a better price on my trade at the dealership I buy from? What are some tips? Yeah, generally if you're buying a car at a dealership and you're looking at trading in the car, especially if it's a car that they want to trade in and sell, they'll give you a good number on it. But I mean, the first take, they're not going to give you a good number unless you have leverage, and your leverage is CarMax, Carvana, any other third party platforms that are going to give you a quote on your trade. Brian, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. That will be on a bill of sale. Sorry, guys, I was just texting a client that just finished up at the dealer. All right, I went in for an oil change, and they tried to get me to buy windshield wipers for 125 bucks. Yeah, and then you can go buy them at AutoZone for 20 bucks. So all that's profit. That's what they do. I mean, they just try to upsell you in service department. Everything about a dealership, guys, is about upsell and profit. So, which profits again, profit's not a bad thing. It is what it is. A business has to make money, but it's just one of those things where people don't like being sold, but they like to buy stuff. It's just that saying. Can you still get a good deal on a vehicle that's listed as in transit or something on the lot? Michaela, you're generally going to get the best deal on a vehicle that's something. You're generally going to get the best deal on the vehicle that's on the lot. However, in transit, we still get good deals. You're not going to get the best deal if a dealer tries to dealer trade that car, which, if you've never heard that term, guys, dealerships can trade cars to other dealerships, right? But there is a fee, there's a cost to it that they're essentially going to have to like pay a dealer in a way. Not to confuse you guys anymore, but sometimes they may be able to do $3,000 off MSRP on a car on the ground, but then they can only do $1,500 off on a car that is going to be dealer traded. But if a car is in transit, it's still in the dealership inventory, so they generally can do the same deal as if that car is on the ground. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. A lot of service intervals are set by the manufacturer, but I agree some of them are kind of useless. Yeah, I agree. I can kind of agree with you there, John. John, what dealership is your group at, or what state? If you're at Honda, I was at a Honda dealer for a long time, so I always like to ask. Got a 94 Toyota Supra from Japan. Would your average dealership consider putting its value towards a car? I would be careful about that. I mean, a Supra from Japan, every dealership would probably appraise that car differently. I would go strictly to like an import dealer. Georgia, what part? I'm from Georgia, John. What part of Georgia? I don't know any Honda dealerships in Georgia, by the way. I worked at one in Virginia, so a lot of info in this live. Thanks, Brian. You're welcome. No, I appreciate it. And we try to do a good, like today was a really, really good Q&A and helping you guys here. So we love doing these Q&As as opposed to, we do a lot of live negotiations as well, but really to educate you guys, these Q&As are good. I work at Honda currently. Oh, cool, Kalen. Appreciate you. Thanks for the info. Absolutely. Take care. I appreciate you. Solid mic placement. Absolutely. Look at that. Austin, how we doing? Working in Alpharetta with the Carlin. Oh, okay, cool, John. Yeah, I've heard. I know the Carlin group. I've heard they're decent. Virginia here, what part? I'm not in Virginia. I'm in North Carolina, but I worked at a dealer in Virginia Beach for a long time. So. All right, guys. So we've been live for close to 2 hours now. So I just want to thank you guys for being in here. It was a great live. We had a lot of people ask a lot of good questions. So again, guys, if you're in here and you have any questions about our service, or if you want to hire us, that yellow arrow on the bottom left of the screen, click that. Send us a DM. We'd love to help you guys out. It's been a great, great month for us here at True Price. We've helped so many different clients, and it's been a great month. And we start a fresh month tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, again, reach out to us there. If you're in here and you don't follow me yet, top left is my profile. Go ahead and click that. And as always, I hope you guys got some info, and go watch the last bit of our content, guys. We've got some good videos going up. We posted one about 2 hours ago, right before we went live, just showing you guys the differences in payment, how they can take advantage on a lease. So make sure you watch that. But again, If you don't follow us, go follow us. We give out tons of free content daily. So, but without further ado, it's been phenomenal today. Love all you guys. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the gifts. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We will see you guys Monday.